I am Stephen Stamp, joined by Joe Hiltz, and it is a pretty long-standing rivalry for a still fairly young league with the Whitby Steelhawks and the Peterborough Timbermen.
Yeah, you know what, though, when you're this close to, you're 45 minutes apart down the highway, it becomes tense.
So we will start off with face-offs with Peyton McIntosh lining up for the Steelhawks. He's going to be heading up against Scott Arsenault for the Timbermen. And Timbermen coached by Joe Sullivan along with Ray Dance and Derek Croak. Joel Johnson, the head coach for the Steelhawks, assisted by Brad Reed and Will Pechenig. Will Pechenig just named the head coach for the Junior A Kitchener Waterloo Braves.
Oh, really? I know he's with the Oakville team there. He's,
yeah.
Good
He
for
is
him.
coming on. He's really one of those guys who, a solid playing career. And a young guy heading into the coaching side. Here's Justin Bragg, loses the ball. Nice strip there by Jordan Roberts. He's going to try and fight over center, gets himself into trouble and gets himself out of it. Nice job running out of that situation just over the center line. And Peterborough setting up with the first offensive possession of the game. They go to the far side and a little duck underneath from Aaron Bradshaw. His shot is stopped. It's blocked and bounces into the corner. They're trying to get it back. They got a reset. Did it go off the goalie or did it get the defender?
He hit the goalie. It's a reset.
Okay. So Whitby comes away with it. They'll have their first possession here if they can get into the offensive zone. With Morgan Bedlington moving the ball into the offensive set. And now set up is Connor. Oh, I'm looking on the wrong side of the sheet. Sorry, folks. That was Tramboy passing over. That's Jeff Fernandez. No, that's Dylan Goddard. We're on it. That was Dylan Goddard, longtime star.
Yeah, both those guys been with this program a long time, and Jeff Fernandez just making his comeback after a couple years off after injury.
Yeah, and he's looking sharp. He used to have the longer hair and the mustache. He's all trimmed up and looking very professional and adult. Which is, we've seen so many of these players play for so many years. Fernie, of course, a solid junior career, and then played for Trent University, where he's very competitive with a team that went to a bunch of Piscataway Cups. That pass gets away, is scooped up and taking off. Nice job getting past the pressure for John Weller. Hard rip, but that one is stopped there by Stephen Walsh. The goaltender at the other end of the floor is Caleb Martin. Martin, of course, a Minto Cup winner this year.
Yeah, came off winning the Minto Cup, being the goalie that backstopped the Whitby Warriors to that Minto Cup this year.
Pulling it down and faking the shot, now getting a shot off. It's a little wide. That was Kyle Curtis. But Liam Osborne, the captain of the Steelhawks, gets it back. There's a long shot from Goddard, but no problem for Walsh on that one. This is a penalty coming, I think. It looks like Matt Chamois is giving a...
No, I'm not sure. It's something with the shot clock or the clock or something right now.
Oh, yeah, the shot clock's running. Yeah, there's nobody going to the box. Or is there? I see a tap on the door.
No.
No, we're 5-on-5, and they're just getting... The shot clock's about to run out. It's up 0.7 of a second. And then it will start in the stick.
There we go.
Sorry, I honestly don't see a 28 on here. Braden Smith took that shot. The ball gets out of play into the bench. And Peterborough will get possession back. Bradshaw starting the play. Watched closely by Clint Lewis. Comes to the near side. Forcing his way into the net. Good effort by Riley Curtis, but you're dropping your knees. Maybe not a great high-quality chance.
No, not at all.
Whitby setting up. Comes to the near side. Boyd looking to get a shot off. Ducks underneath. Gets by Chapman. Then spinning through traffic was John Croak, but he gets stripped on the double team, and Boyd will head back into the offensive zone, set things up. Whitby thought they had a lane to the net. It's not there. They'll come back out.
Devin Pfeiffer.
Was that Devin Pfeiffer, 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I was once again looking at the wrong side.
It's all right.
Battle along the boards. 4 players down there. Outlet, Whitby on the run. It's a 3-on-2. Edwards is going to set a pick. Opens it up. Nice job by Edwards to open the lane there and create a scoring chance. And now we're going to have at least one penalty, and I'm guessing there's going to be more as Edwards goes to try to set things even. So Riley McKinnon set that pick, set up the shot. Edwards set the pick, set up the shot by Riley McKinnon.
Yeah, Riley got a goal last game. He had a nice breakaway goal.
Riley's,
but yeah,
you don't think of Riley McKinnon as an offensive guy because he's, the long-term steady defender. He's got some hands.
Yeah, no, he does have some hands. He's been around a long time too, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? He's just in the game, and he's picked up a lot of stuff along the way.
Morgan Bedlington going to the box for Peterborough. So the first power play of the game as we're still scoreless, and Whitby setting up. Justin Bragg getting pretty aggressive on the penalty kill D, joined by Parker Sands up at the top. Looks like Brad Lyons and Steve Borden down low. Borden, an alternate captain for this club. That one doesn't bounce out into the bench, which is a break for Whitby as they've got a lot of time to work with, and Boyd will rip it. Walsh stops it, it rolls through. Play had already been whistled down, so it wouldn't encounter, but boy, that was nerve-wracking. Nice pass ahead. The shot missed by Riley Curtis. Didn't hit the goaltender, so it's going to be Whitby ball as it goes out of play.
That was a good heads-up look up the floor.
Yeah, Stephen Walsh. And it is, it's not the longest rink. It's, the cozy confines of the Millbrook Arena, so you can get it up the floor fast, and Curtis heads up getting off the bench. Oh, and Walsh comes across to take Boyd. I thought he had that near post, but Walsh was quick. And another save for Stephen Walsh. He's a young goalie. We saw him go through the ups and downs of young goaliehood last season.
Yeah.
And now you can see he looks so much more poised.
Well, you know what? He's going to get a chance to play this year too, right?
Yeah.
Being the starting goalie this year. And what do you got here?
So a slashing call to Peterborough. I think is that Parker Sands going.
Yep.
No, Parker's still out, so it's just trying to see the number. It might be
24.
Is it 24? Owen Dale? Okay, so Owen Dale to the box. 5-on-3 for almost a full minute. Goddard, Fernandez, backdoor just misses. That would have been a great chance for Osborne. He comes away with it, goes backdoor, but misses Goddard. And Peterborough gets it. That's a huge break for them. And Brad Lyons is on the run. He's got Parker Sands, passes it. And they score! 3-on-5, Lyons to Sands. And the Timbermen have the first goal.
Yeah, that was a good breakout by Peterborough, obviously. But what I find in this league right now is, like, when you're at a power play, you just can't run to your bench anymore because they're fast breaking down the boards. And by the time you get to the bench, you're too late. Yeah,
you got to go with them. You got to do the two-way game.
Yeah, stay in check. And if you get a chance to get off, you get off. If not, then you got to just maintain. You're on a power play. They're not going to the goal.
Yeah, I have to admit, a big part of me was thinking, Lions and Sands, you're 2-on-1. That means they're 4-on-1 the other way. Are you going to shoot? It better go in. But, hey, when it goes in, it's pretty hard to argue.
You have to shoot.
You have to. You don't get that many chances. It's a great chance. But boy, that was going to be trouble if it didn't go in. Here comes Whitby the other way. And it's part of your nature, right, as a transition guy. You have that chance.
For sure. Like when you get the ball and on the run, you got to push the ball. And if it's not there, you got to learn to pull it out.
Backdoor attempt, the shot in the goal. Goddard looked like a good shooting chance for Jared Downey, number 77, but he waited, was patient, drew Walsh over, and as Walsh dropped to his knee, flicks it over. That's an easy one for Goddard.
Yeah, I don't blame Walsh on that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like the two back guys on the back end, they got to be shutting them passes down and allow him to step back in his goal line.
Yeah. They're also looking at Liam Osborne up top, knowing that pass there. They're honestly 5-on-3. You're just hoping. You're hoping they hit the post or your goalie gets a bit of it. Not often you can really stop them. There's 7 seconds left on the 5-on-3, so that's huge because Whitby stays on the power play, but they get a bit of a break as a really early jump from Peyton McIntosh, and Justin Bragg is heading to the net. There's a rip from outside. Riley Curtis thinking he had one, and they get it right back. That's another one that I'm not sure is a great shot, but you get it back and it works out okay. He connects there with Colton McNutt. McNutt, through all kinds of traffic, somehow holds on to it. The young man through the quadruple team comes away with the ball, and he's going to go take a well-deserved rest. As it's into the final seconds of the 30 for the Timbermen, Brad Lyons will just wait till there's about 1 second left and toss it. They get a shot. Unbelievable. That's just Whitby falling asleep, right? I mean,
you know what? And that's when you can score those kind of goals, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you had Riley Curtis just stayed down there. Lyons, who I was sure was lobbing into the corner.
It got deflected by someone ended up in Curtis' stick.
Is that what happened? It hit the defender?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was trying to lob it, which I think is a smart play. Okay. But, wow, what a chance. Whitby still with 6 seconds on the power play. They take a shot. Goddard's shot bounces wide. It's grabbed there by Lyons. Lyons wearing an A on his jersey. Trying to fight his way through. He's also, you can see he's looking up. Doesn't see anyone. Will he make it in 8 seconds? He will not. And he'll turn it over. At that point, you really do have to just fling it.
You know what, though? When you get the ball, your first look is up the floor.
Yes.
You know what? You got to look up and see who's breaking up the sideboards, right?
Yeah. I thought he took a look and just didn't see anybody, but I don't know. That leads to a shot from Boyd. Walsh tries to get out after it, but Boyd bothered him into it. And on the run is Scott Arsenault. He's going to back away, withstands the big swinging wrap check attempt, and Peterborough sets up. It's 1-1. A shorthanded goal and a power play goal, and almost an even strength goal there, but Curtis just stopped by the shoulder of Caleb Martin. It's grabbed by Aaron Bradshaw. Bradshaw diving. No goal. He gets cross-checked in the back. Another player coming in. Whitby is going after him. No surprise. He went right into the goalie.
Whitby's got to be getting a penalty out of this one.
Yeah. Now, is Bradshaw getting one as well?
No, I don't think so.
He's checked in from behind?
I think he came across, but I think he got bumped into the goalie rather than going directly at him.
Okay.
Came in like kind of sideways.
I don't know, man.
We had one of those calls last night in Toronto where Jordan Dance came in kind of on a different angle and kind of hit the goalie. Referees made the right call, they made that call, which is protecting your goalie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think if he's going head on him, I think you make that call. But the way he came in off the sideline and kind of parallel, it's kind of a hard call to make.
Yeah, I guess we're going to, we're at the mid-first quarter timeout, official timeout, so we will just have a little chat then about that. So, to me, the goaltender, Caleb Martin, is turned. He's on his post. He's facing him, and Bradshaw's coming straight at him because it is from the side, but then he's straight at him and actually lands right into him.
Yeah, but if you look at it back at it, you'll see that when he gets bumped and gets kind of spun parallel to him, he comes in flat at him rather than head first.
Right.
I think if he comes,
it was his chest coming in.
I think if he comes in head first at him, I think we make that call.
Yeah.
But the way he came in at him, he wasn't really coming like he was diving at him.
Yeah.
If the guy hadn't hit him, probably getting a penalty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If there's no contact for sure, right?
Right.
Because it's his momentum taking him in.
If nobody hits Aaron on that situation, I think you have a penalty for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down with that. That sounds good.
So let's talk about one of the referees out here today.
Okay.
Let's talk about Kevin Biggs.
Kevin Biggs.
Kevin Biggs is making a
Former
comeback.
Peterborough Laker player.
Good lacrosse player coming out of the Quebec League.
Yeah, ref for years and
ILA,
years.
whatever.
NLL and
what? He's making his debut here tonight. Back after a while. We we needed some more referees in the East, and Kev's got some experience. So it was a good opportunity for us to get his knowledge in, what he knows about the NLL game.
Yeah.
To help with some of our younger referees here as well.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Biggsy is a very generous player because I played Borough Boys with him. He would set me up all the time. He'd say, go here, go there, put your stick up, and he would hit me, and he would do a pretty good job of hiding his disappointment when I didn't score.
I was going to say that. Did he pass you like 2 or 3 and then stop?
No, he kept passing to me. He kept passing it. Okay. And I scored some.
Because John Grant Sr. did that to me. He'd pass me the ball. We didn't score. He wouldn't pass to me anymore.
Yeah. Well, you're playing for a little more stakes than we were in the Borough Boys. But yeah, no, Biggsy, quite a player, and good to see him back out. Peterborough will start with possession. Riley Curtis up at the top. And they are on the power play. So there are 3 players in the box, 1 for Peterborough. Here we go.
Lewis, 2 minutes for roughing, plus an additional 2 minutes for roughing. Lewis, 2 minutes for roughing, plus an additional 2 minutes for roughing.
It's like a Bradshaw penalty.
There you go. So he did get the goal interference, and Clint Lewis gets a double minder for roughing. So Whitby has the in-home in, and Peterborough's on a 2-minute power play with the 1-1 score, but Whitby's got possession for now.
You know what? At least they got together and talked about that rather than, you know what I mean? Like, it took a bit to get that penalty together, but they figured it out, which is good.
Yeah, no, I don't mind taking a little bit of time to get that sorted out, especially when it's on your break.
Yeah. It had to take the power play away, right?
Yeah.
Because there was more than just a 2-minute penalty for Whitby on that one. For sure.
Riley Curtis steps over center. We've got an interference call.
To number 89.
Okay.
Andrew Lagana.
Yeah, so Andrew Lagana goes to the box, and that's the end of the power play for Peterborough. And in a minute 7, Whitby will go back to the man advantage, barring any further penalties. That's not one you like, right?
No,
the offensive zone, way away from any danger.
If I'm a coach or an offensive coach, those are the worst penalties in the game, especially when you're on a power play.
Yeah.
Let alone when you're 5-on-5, an offensive guy getting a penalty.
Yeah.
But when you're on a power play.
Yeah. Swinging from the top as Devin Piper hands it off. The rip immediately. It went up and out of play, but it went off of Peterborough, so it will be Whitby possession once again. And Piper really ripping that. Or sorry, that was Kyle Curtis. Let it go. Here's Dylan Goddard. Kim brings it to Boyd, who's always a threat. Nice shot by Bragg to knock that loose, and the Whitby forward rolls into the crease. Here comes Justin Bragg the other way. He's honestly, now what's the call? High sticking call? Yeah. High sticking on Kyle Curtis, and he was, ran into some trouble down in the offensive zone on that 4-on-4 and took it out on somebody afterwards, the retaliation.
And again, you look at it, you're 4-on-4 in the offensive end.
Yeah. Getting ready to go on the power play in half a minute.
In a minute, right?
Yeah.
Frustrating as an offensive coach, that's for sure.
Yeah. 4-on-3 for Peterborough, so here's a great chance. We talked about how hard it is to stop the 4-on-3, and you see it right there as the absolute rocket by Braden Smith from the outside. They didn't have to go down low because Whitby was hanging back, taking away those low passes.
Who scored that? Philly?
That was Braden Smith.
Oh.
17.
Well, there he is there, okay.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out my sheet here.
I know. We got a few late changes.
That's a big part of this game nowadays. Is your odd man situations. You got to score in your power plays.
Yeah.
5-on-5. It's a tough gig to get inside and to get those 5-on-5 goals now.
Yeah. Extended battle and swooping in to get it is John Leclerc. You mentioned Trent earlier. He was a very good LSM for Trent for a number of years.
Yeah. Yep.
And now they've got Curtis Romanchuk. They've had a history of some pretty great LSMs at that school. Of course, the current Piscataway Cup champions, first time ever. Very exciting tournament.
Coach Farthing did a great job with that team putting that together.
Oh, yeah.
And if you really look along this league here, if you notice, you have a ton of Trent University students playing in this league.
Yep. And, Mark Farthing, the head coach, has played in the league for years. Hard shot, but right to the belly pad. Martin just stops. He looks very solid. It was interesting in their Minto. Oh, what a strip. We're going to go with this as Riley Curtis with the back check turns it over. He's got to slow it down because they're 2-on-2, now 2-on-4 as the Timbermen just getting up into the zone.
Peterborough's got too many men on the floor right now. The referees can't figure it out. They got two. They got a penalty in the box. They got a guy in the box. They got a delayed. Whitby has a delayed penalty, which makes it look like they're offsetting.
Right. Because the goalie didn't go to the box. Yeah.
No, that's your penalty. Yeah, you know what? It's always confused, but you know what? Peterborough scored a power play, which made Whitby go back on the power play.
Okay, right.
Because you take the second penalty off the board, which is the one that made them short.
Right.
Which allowed that short one to run out.
So it is the illegal substitution on Peterborough.
Yes, absolutely.
So they got what you were saying.
Yeah.
So they didn't need you to buzz, to hit the button on the little buzzer you have to the refs to let them know?
No.
I am Stephen Stamp with Joe Hiltz, and this is Arena Lacrosse League New Year's Eve action.
But by the rule, they were short. They were still 4-on. They were still 4-on-4.
Yeah.
Actually, they were short-handed. It should have been 5 for Whitby on the floor and 4 for Peterborough. I don't know why Whitby had 4 and Peterborough had 5 on. They were backwards.
Yeah, because Clint Lewis is still serving his roughing, but his penalty was served by the in-home. He just has to stay in there for the 4 minutes, right?
Yeah. Okay. The 4-minute penalty, right?
Yeah. So because the initial ones are offsetting, the in-home goes to make it a power play, right? Rather than having the power play come 2 minutes later.
Yeah, referees made a great call on that.
Yeah. Here comes Whitby, and that is a nice play going to the net and then drawing a penalty. That is a bit of a mistake by Parker Sands as Liam Osborne scores a lovely goal. And then we'll go right back to the 5-on-3 with 6 seconds left in the first penalty.
I don't agree with this penalty call, though. You know what?
No?
It was just a cross-check after a goal. You know what? If you're going to give this one, you got to give 15 for Whitby a penalty, too, because he comes in from behind and gets the Peterborough guys as soon as it happened, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's just, as the guy's celebrating after he scores, the hands are up and you get the cross-check in the back.
You always get those.
It's hard not to call that, though.
You always get those. Slows the game down.
Well, they're going to the face-off anyway. It only makes a 10-second difference. I'm going to disagree with you on that one, Joey.
That's okay. You can't always agree.
Right?
It should be.
So it's going to be Whitby ball. Dylan Goddard will take it, and it's 5-on-3. There should be a draw after the goal.
Yeah, no matter what. Even though there's a penalty.
No, penalties after the plays, though, right?
Doesn't matter.
No? Okay.
Happened to us in Brampton in an exhibition game. And,
okay. So 5-on-3, and Dylan Goddard is at the top. A little surprising because he'd usually be down in part of the power play, and you'd usually leave more of a transition player up here. But then again, he is a pretty good transition player. Remember when Dylan Goddard ran transition in CLAX?
Yes.
Oh. There's the post making a stop.
Did everybody have to run in CLAX, so in one door at a weird door? In one weird
I don't think it's weird. You go in the D door, you go into the bench in the D door and out the bench from the O door. I like it. Great pressure from Stephen Borden, and then he gets back. Nice job. And then the underhand shot is soaked. Justin Bragg didn't enjoy it.
Justin Bragg.
Yeah. Holy cow. Here's Goddard. He's coming in. They're going to go everybody down low. Double seal at the top. Osborne to the net. Nice save, Walsh.
You got Goddard sitting wide open in the middle.
Yeah.
Nice little quick pass inside to him.
Now there's a penalty coming to Whitby. That looks like Osborne going. He's got words for Bragg, and Borden. And pretty much anyone who'll listen to him. And Peterborough's just going to say, okay, well.
Can't argue that call, though. That was, you know what, he hit him in the boards.
Yeah. So that's boarding. Illegal body check.
Yes.
Yeah. So 2 minutes for an illegal body check. So it's 4-on-3 for Whitby for 57 seconds. And then there will be about another 13 seconds of 4-on-4. And then Peterborough will get the rest of the time on the power play. Everyone digging away in the corner, coming away with it is Whitby. That is Dylan. Oh, no, that's Tyler Goodchild. Hands it off. And Whitby, you can hear the bench yelling, power, power. Let's get things set up. They've still got 23 on the shot clock. So lots of time to work with. Backdoor attempt is caught, but Malachi Good was a little deep. Couldn't get a shot. Tried to make the pass. It's scooped here, and away goes Owen Dale. He'll spin away from the check. He's only got one guy out there with him. There comes the other Timberman. Oh, nice grab by Riley Curtis behind him. The shot.
Oh. You know what? If that didn't get deflected, when Caleb Martin was going, he was starting to sink. I thought it was going top corner.
I thought it might actually drift in as well. So 2-2 with 2:47 to go here in the first quarter. Whitby and Peterborough with 6 seconds left on the last Peterborough penalty. Oh. That's a hard fake by Trent Boyd.
Yeah, you know what? Peterborough got a little confused. They thought they were still shorthanded, and they were 4-on-4.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a big one again because, you get the shot off before the Peterborough player can come join the play. Because if you shoot that and it is stopped with 2 seconds, you might have a breakaway the other way, but that you don't turn that chance down.
Or that, even a power play would, Peterborough has the potential going up by 1.
Yeah.
Instead of being down by 1.
Yep. So here we go, 3-2 for Whitby. 2 seconds left on the Timberman power play to Parker Sands. He'll come out. He'll go to the bench if Peterborough gets possession.
Riley Curtis left a little too early on that one. Yep.
A couple steps early, so Whitby will get it. Yep. So Parker Sands will just come out and play defense. What's that?
About 6 steps.
If you're going to go, you got to sell it. So back to the power play. Or the shorthanded is Whitby. Peterborough's on the power play. Sands is stripped on a great forecheck by Devin Pfeiffer. Malachi Goods lost his stick. He'll go get it. And Whitby gets the ball. Boyd again. And now we have a tripping call. It's turning into a parade to the penalty box.
Well, you know what? Bigsy had a good call on that. The ref had a good call on that. Straight down the boards on that one. So.
Yeah. I'm not arguing with the penalty. I'm just saying it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's more discipline on the teams.
Oh, tell me about it.
So now, pretty quickly, it swings from 5-on-3 for Whitby to 5-on-3 for Peterborough. And Riley Curtis will start things at the top of the power play. And again, it's, you'd think Curtis is going to be in there. He is. Well, he's up at the restraining line. Stepping in. There's the pass across. It gets away. Bradshaw missed it. Nice check. And that's going to spring the ball open for Riley McKinnon. Oh, nice shot, but a good save. I think Walsh just got a bit of it. It may have still tipped the post as well. Scooped up there by Arsenault. He's going to whip it ahead. Probably a force.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's not much benefit to get it ahead
Just get it
there.
across center and slow her down, right?
I mean, the thing, if you make that pass, you just have a guy standing down there waiting for everyone to come up.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
there's not enough benefit to make it worthwhile. Risk reward, that's what we're talking. Whitby into the offensive zone, 15 on the shot clock, just over a minute 10 on the penalty. That's going to get up and graze the ceiling without touching anybody from Peterborough. So it's Timberman ball and Justin Bragg. Heads up play to just leave it for Curtis because he couldn't pass it to him. It would have been over and back. So he just dropped it on the floor. And that's floor awareness too, right? Knowing there's nobody that can get to it before your guy.
Yeah, you know what? It didn't allow you to get in position when he picks the ball up too, right?
Curtis with the rip shoulder save. Caleb Martin. 1 minute of the first quarter. Here's Curtis. They got the fresh 30, so lots of time. The fake and then the rip. Bradshaw got a lot on that one, but it's up better play. Who's the righty crease guy for Peterborough there? Here's Curtis back up to Bradshaw.
Not sure who that is.
I think that's Darian Jacobs. Yeah, it's Jacobs setting up down on the crease. Wasn't sure who they had on. The pass gets away. Here's Peterborough. Now you push it up because now you got a chance to get some odd man situation. But Whitby, a tremendous job to get their D out and take it away before Peterborough could take advantage. 10 seconds on the penalty, 20 in the quarter, 16 on the shot clock. There's lots of information. They go behind the net and it gets away. Now it is grabbed. Thinking Dunkey's going to do it. Martin, wow, that's a quick recovery. Martin looked like he was looking away, but had enough of a view to know when he had to go to the post. Here's a chance for Boyd. Oh, good effort. Good patience.
He did with a lot of patience on that one. Thought he could pull. He's just waiting for Walsh to step out.
Especially because the game clock is behind him in that play. It's to our right. He's to our left. He has to go by what he's thinking, the clock in his head. Yeah. And he waited. I thought he'd waited too long. I think he still had 2 seconds. That's a pretty good play. We're going to go to the first intermission. We'll take a break from the Millbrook Community Center. I'm Stephen Stamp with Joe Hiltz, and this is New Year's Eve Arena Lacrosse League action. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
We're going to put you on, though.
Here at the Millbrook Community Center, Whitby 3, Peterborough 2. I'm Stephen Stamp with Joe Hiltz. It's a Hiltz family production here today.
Yeah, it's always good to have good help.
Yeah, and a big
Not me,
scrum.
that is. Talking about Abby.
Don't worry, Joey, I wasn't referring to you. Ball scooped up there. Nice work by Liam Osborne. Expecting to see some more from Osborne. He's had some nice plays at that one goal, but there's a shot by Boyd. Oh, big save. That, I think, might have been going in if it wasn't grabbed by Todd Chapman. Chapman, the veteran, very wise and very alert. And it's left here for Caleb Bingley. Bingley with the one-leg tights. After a minute, I'm still trying to figure out the point of those. Is it cold enough for tights? Is it not?
There is no point.
Okay. Riley Curtis spins, goes behind the net, quick pass out, attempted quick stick, and it's in. How did that go in is the big question from Braden Smith. Did you see what happened? It looked like a quick stick, but I thought he kind of missed it.
The pass went from behind the net.
Yeah.
And he just quick sticked it in when Caleb kind of turned around.
Did he get part of it? Martin must have got some of it because it definitely didn't go in right away, and I was waiting for the play to go the other way. Okay, so 3-3. This is quite a battle. And what was the score of Peterborough's first game against Brampton?
18-5.
Yeah, so they're doing better.
Yeah, they're doing better. They got some more guys that'll line up.
Yeah,
right?
guys are
Smaller
back.
guys are
The
back,
D,
so you
their
know
D
what?
is looking a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. And I got to give Brampton credit. They got a pretty good team for an expansion team.
They got some talent.
They picked up some
Fun
good
seeing
guys.
Ryan Campbell playing again. He's so good. Shot from the outside was blocked, and nobody knows where it is. They still don't know. Is it in? Yeah, it's in the jersey of Michael Mays. He's shaking it. I thought we were going to have an Anthony Cosmo situation where they had to take him to the dressing room.
Find the ball.
I never understood why they took him off the floor for that either. Just pull his uppers off.
They didn't want to put his.
They didn't want to show the gear.
Yep.
Yeah.
For one thing, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. You know what? You may show it to the rest before the game or whatever,
Yeah.
but what you do when you go back into your dressing room, who knows? And no one caused.
Yeah. He was an innovator in goalie equipment for sure.
Yeah.
Here's Curtis at the top. Finds Jacobs, who'll rip one. Not much room to shoot. Tyler Goodchild right on top of him. Never got a follow through. Peterborough does get the ball back. Through the crease to play the ball. Otherwise, a pretty good chance there. And it will be a turnover. Peterborough or Whitby has possession. We'll try to get back into the lead. We're going to slow things down with Devin Pfeiffer holding on to it. Pfeiffer was on that Minto Cup championship team too.
Yes, he was.
Brad Lyons, that's a tough pass to make, but he did get it through to Bragg. And they go back to Lyons. That's tipped away just in time by Devin Pfeiffer. Playing a two-way game. Trying to tap it ahead to himself was Clinton Lewis. It didn't work. We're getting over and back, which I think was inevitable with so many guys playing the ball.
Well, you know what? They got the original one with the knockback over by Whitby.
Yeah.
But when he got control and he was about maybe 6 inches over the line and got hit back.
Yeah.
Had nowhere to go.
Yeah. It's tough. There's so much action, so many players. Peterborough gets it ahead. That was John Leclerc, by the way, that had that chance. Peterborough going to the delayed penalty 6-man on 5 advantage. And Bingley sprinting around the net on a big circuit to get the ball off to a teammate. They now have 6 guys out there. Just Jacobs cutting to the middle, going to the big pick, trying to open something up for Smith, who's been the hot hand. They get past to Curtis. He misses. That's after the whistle. You see, third-string goalie Marco Selleck is on the boards pounding, saying that's a goal, but it was clearly after the whistle.
Why'd the whistle go?
I don't know why the whistle went, but I know the whistle did go.
I heard the whistle as well, but
yes.
Was a 30 up that we didn't know about, maybe?
It's possible. I was looking at a lot of things. I was looking at the defenders and the forwards and how the goalie was reacting.
To me, with no buzzer and a whistle going, that might have been a good goal, but you know what? Maybe the referee saw something different, and we'll go with that.
Yeah. I kind of count on you to look at the 30 and let me know how things were going.
I will.
Okay, good.
I don't know if I can see it.
Right? It's right there and right there. Curtis takes it at the top. Whitby packed in. Now they start getting a little pressure on. Curtis with that shot, foot save. Aaron Bradshaw right on top, and they're going to have to blow play down because Caleb Martin is not comfortable.
That was a very uncomfortable shot he just took there.
Yeah. I mean, that was Bradshaw.
I think it was just under the belly pad, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just an open spot. Ooh. So the shot from outside by Curtis stopped by the foot or the leg of Martin, and then it popped straight up to Aaron Bradshaw.
Yeah. Now, in hindsight, this should be a draw ball.
Right.
That ball was loose in the corner.
Yeah, nobody had possession, right?
Nobody had possession of that
Peterborough
ball.
was getting it. Peterborough had a player there, but he hadn't picked it up.
No.
So I think you're right. It should be a draw in the corner. Not in the corner, along the half board, right? You go to center? Really?
Yeah, every draw's at center.
Okay.
Hey, this
we
isn't
don't
the
do
80s.
it outside.
Hey, this isn't the 80s, remember? Nope, they're about to give it to Peterborough, maybe because a lot of people had the advantage on it.
Yeah.
Right, when he was going to pick the ball up. So we'll go with that. You know what?
I think, he was standing right there,
yeah.
so I don't hate it, but hopefully, good thing to see Caleb Martin is okay. I was going to say, it's so hard for the defenders. You're shorthanded, the ball bounces off the goalie, and you're looking back and have to turn back. It's a recipe for the offense to get a great shot like Bradshaw had. That pass gets away from Curtis. He gets it back, a little pressure from Edwards, but that opens a guy up. Was that? I think that was a shot. Oh, a block. And Scott Edwards is going to hop up and down a little. Aaron Bradshaw may have gotten away with holding on to that jersey.
Well, he just picked up a high sticking call.
Okay, there you go. She was kind of surfing. Oh, so Peterborough is getting the call. The penalty, okay. That's probably good.
And
there's another one. That's going to be an illegal cross-check. Yeah, two of them going. I think it's slash, but either way. So we'll have offsetting minors, and we'll stay.
No, the one was interference call only. There's no penalty on the Whitby guy. They just called a moving pick.
Oh, okay. Just
right,
moving
Bradshaw
pick.
got the slash. Hit him in the face with a stick. So.
Okay, so plays blown down on the moving pick. Then they just go with Bradshaw with the high stick, you said?
Well, they called it a slash.
Yeah.
Hit him in the face, but you know what? We'll go with the slash.
Yeah, that's fine. Fernandez, Bragg coming out on him. Here's Pfeiffer. Doesn't see anything likes over there, so he's going to the lefties try and do something. Fernandez is going down. He's looking at Goddard. Goddard sets a pick. Backdoor. Oh, nice save, Walsh. That is quick for the big man.
That was out of nowhere. He made that one out of nowhere.
Behind the back pass from Borden. Not sure I knew he had that in his reservoir. Get it back. Oh, and he drops it.
Just a little more speed from Borden, he would have had a breakaway.
A little more speed from Borden, he might be getting more breakaways. I love Steve Borden, by the way. He's a big guy. He's not the fastest guy, but boy, he's a good defender, and he's got some hands. We've seen him score some nice goals. Oh, there's another great save by Stephen Walsh. Walsh is looking down the floor, kind of hooked it. I think the ceiling caught his eye. He was looking for the long high pass, realized he couldn't do it, and kind of hooked it down.
In this arena, you just trust your sidearm.
Yeah.
Send it high and trust your sidearm.
Do the Lucas Coote long bounce pass. He's the master of that. I still remember the 1 week in Sealax. He was the transition player of the week because he had 4 or 5 assists, I think. And they were all like, he wasn't giving it, here's a shot, goal! Trent Boyd, that's a beauty. We'll get back to Lucas Coote in a while. But Trent Boyd, that is just a rip from underhand that found a spot. And Stephen Walsh is shaking his head because he's like, I make all those other massive saves, and that one gets by me.
He's getting a workout down there, that's for sure. He made some nice, he made about 2 or 3 good saves there.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, but Coote playing for, was that the Durham Turf Dogs he was with, wasn't he?
Yes,
he
was.
Had, like 5 assists, and they were all, he wasn't handing them off to his defenders when they're going up. They were all down over center, hitting guys in stride. Amazing week. Here comes Whitby trying to extend that lead. The shot, and that's stopped by Walsh. I was a little surprised that Riley McKinnon took that one, and I think Walsh was too, but he reacted. Recovered. Here's Chapman directing traffic with his head. Nobody's going where he's sending them, so he'll just throw it down along the boards. I think he thought he had somebody who could get to the net, who could cut up and have a second cutter. He wanted somebody to come high to his right so that they could send a backdoor cutter. It just didn't happen. Now a pickup by Darian Jacobs, and it's a fresh 30 for the Timbermen. Riley Curtis under the checking pressure from Johnny Leclerc. Bradshaw immediately checked. Hard sidearm pass, that's behind Connor Curtis. He wasn't able to catch it. We have another penalty coming. We were back to even strength for a bit.
You know what, as much as that, he caught him just down the front of his, just on the front.
Yeah.
Let her go. It's
Jordan Roberts going to the box for 2 or less for the slash. And Peterborough, a chance to try and tie things up as we got 8-19 to go here in the first half. I'm Stephen Stamp with Joe Hiltz.
Number 23, Jordan Roberts, 2 minutes for slashing. Roberts for slashing.
Sidearm rip. That had a shot, but it is stopped again by Caleb Martin. Here's Curtis at the top. Faking, shooting. Martin stops that. Picked up by Connor Curtis in the corner. Curtis comes out. He'll fire a sidearm. Martin saw that all the way, but Curtis was able to get it back. It bopped loose, and Bradshaw gets it now. Fresh 30 for Peterborough. Still a minute 20 on the power play. Bradshaw faked the pass. Now he does go to Curtis. Connor Curtis switches positions there. That shot swallowed up by Martin. And we've got 7:29 to go. It'll be the officials' timeout. And one thing I'm really enjoying is watching Caleb Martin, because it was interesting watching the OJLL in the summer, the playoffs. There was so much competition, and it was hard to say who the top team was. Whitby looked good. Toronto was good. You had Mimico looked like they might be the team to beat. Lost in the first round. You had Burlington was very good. All these teams, and Whitby, so often goaltending is so important, and Whitby was struggling with Martin and their other goalie to find who was their guy.
Yeah, you know what? It took them a while to figure it out. Martin ended up getting the job to the playoffs and that. But you know what? Their defense, that Whitby defense, played so well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They were so well played. They played so well and so team oriented. It was nice to watch.
It was.
Right? He just had the opportunity. You know what? He had a bad game, a good game. You know what I mean? But that defense, when they settled in and they played, that was a good defense Willie had there.
Just the maturity he's gotten from that. You can see it here.
Oh, for sure. And you look at the offense. Every team has a good offense.
Yes.
Mimico had a good offense. Everybody's got a good offense, right?
And then, you've got the Alberta club, the Miners, just a fantastic team. They've got guys going in the first round of the NLL draft.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Victoria, I thought, probably as good as anybody in that tournament. And they got knocked out early.
Was Goche actually a minor, or was he got picked up?
He was picked up.
Yeah,
but he's still.
But, it's good to see those Alberta guys getting in there, though, right?
Yeah. Whitby on the power play here, coming off the bench and getting his Osborne. Great drive to the net, and that's a goal, and that's a beauty. Osborne, I think he kind of delayed the change, so they looked away, and then he cut in off the bench.
I almost looked like he was tripping there when he was going to the air. Walsh went down a little too early. He's a big goal. There's no need for him to go down.
Yeah.
Just stay up and cover your space, right? Big guy's over 6 feet. He's on his knees.
Well, a lot of the taller goalies tend to like to go down because they figure they can cover the upper part of the net anyway, and then you cover more going across. Brody McDonald, a great example, right?
Yeah, but what?
He got exposed.
But the thing is, once you go down and end a fake and you lean, you're out. You're done, right?
Yeah, then they can just go over top you, even if they're not that big.
And that's what happened just right here.
Yeah, I get it. I just understand why. The instinct is there. You have to fight it sometimes. Riley McKinnon, we talked about his hands, and he fights through some pressure there and holds on to the ball very nicely. 5-3 for Whitby. The one other guy I want to mention from the Minto is we have a lurker down the floor for Peterborough, and now they will send Leclerc back to get him, was Will Sheehan, who, it's a shorty. That's right. Whitby's still short. That was a shorthanded goal by Liam Osborne, but Will Sheehan, who was for Toronto, the Toronto Beaches, and he was a top 5 scorer in the Arena League last year. He is sensational.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, I don't know how much you saw of the World Juniors too, where he played. He was unbelievable. He's lightning in a bottle. He's only 19 years old. 18, 19? He's young. Bradshaw can't quite get it. Peterborough still has 5 seconds on the power play. Will they get a shot off in time? Bradshaw lost it. It's coming out of the corner. They do get a shot. The penalty expires, and it's expired. You got to come out. Come out. Okay, he just came out. I don't think the player with the penalty realized his penalty was over. He probably spent an extra 7 or 8 seconds standing in the penalty box. Now we're back at 5-on-5. The 5-3 lead for Whitby. Just getting his foot on that was Martin. Nice attempt going for the far side by Braden Smith. He's a new player for me, Braden Smith, and he's showing some stuff.
Yeah.
Here comes Brad Lyons. Spins it away. There's a guy who was drafted by the Toronto Rock and in the second round and looked like he had a really bright NLL future and ran into some serious injury problems. And it's good to see him back and see how well he's moving. Because he is a threat when he is playing. He's up on the offensive zone and he's not out of place. Solid picks. He just had 3 picks in a row. Also had a hat trick in the gold medal game of another World Juniors.
That's right.
That on the run, just great hands. So fun to see him. He's going to go for a break now because he's been out there for a long time. Diving to the crease and into the crease. There's a swat to the face by the big man Jacobs.
Whitby was getting a penalty on that play, and Darian went in.
Because Curtis would knock down on the shot, and then Jacobs is going to the box. So we'll be staying 5-on-5.
No, yeah, it would be 5-on-5 on this for sure.
That's a tough one, too. You always want to stand up for your teammate, but you like power plays.
Yeah, you know what's a big part of it, right? Like, you don't want to give those up, right? Like,
yeah. Especially as a guy who, Jacobs, we've seen him on the power play, go out and score a goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Your teammate will like that.
100%.
Yeah.
This ball should be going to Peterborough. If Peterborough have possession, it should be going to Peterborough. But we'll see. Again, good to see them have a conversation rather than just one guy making up his mind and you know.
Had they picked it up again? Because there was the shot, the rebound came out. Did they pick it up before the first penalty?
Doesn't matter. Possession is possession.
Until somebody picks it up, you still have it.
Right?
Right. The last team that had possession. Right. Because anyone who's not sure, the old rule was the second penalty, the other team got the ball. Right? But that changed a handful of years ago now, so it's whoever has possession gets it. And generally, if there's a shot or if there's a pass and the ball's in the air, the player who passed it still has possession until somebody else catches it. In this case, the shot with the save, nobody had picked it up, so it's still Peterborough possession. And for all of you who can't see, Joe is nodding, so I'm right.
Yes, you are right.
Okay. I was kind of thinking that through out loud because, things change. Here's Whitby driving to the net. Fernandez shot. Nice save by Walsh. I thought Fernandez was going far side. Walsh thought he was going far side, but he recovered quickly enough as Fernandez.
Yeah, you know what? I thought he was good. He had a good pull on that for sure.
Yeah. Nice shot. Jeff Fernandez is a deadly shooter. Bragg hands it off. He'll stay and play some offense.
That's got to be a penalty. He's going to the penalty box for a trip on that one.
Yeah, tripping call.
That's a great call by referee Chamois. And now they're going to pick one up as well.
Yeah.
Bradshaw's going to get the one for.
Yeah.
Someone's getting one for a trip.
Yeah.
Justin Bragg, I think, is going to get the original.
Yeah.
And then two other guys just being silly.
Yeah, it's Braden Smith who's going to get the one, and now an unsportsmanlike.
And now Ray got one.
Now, if that is 3 penalties on one play, that's a penalty shot.
Yeah, but two are there, but the incidentals, right?
Oh, did Whitby get one? Okay.
Yes, Whitby got one as well, so they only got the 2.
Okay, so we'll go 5-on-3.
Yeah.
So the unsportsmanlike doesn't result. I'd missed the Whitby one. There's a lot happening today. It's a good thing I've got you here.
Yeah. No. I just, not sure what they're talking about. There's not much to talk about there. You got 2 and a 2 and a 2.
Yeah.
Are they trying to figure out if there's a penalty shot, or are they trying to figure what's going on here?
Right. So if they are the offsetting, then.
But we should be going 4-on-3 right now, or 5-on-4.
It's 5-on-3, right? Because we already had there was one guy each in the box.
5-on-3. That's right.
Then the other offsetting.
Absolutely.
And then the two penalties. So Whitby will have the 5-on-3 as it all comes together. I thought one of the funniest parts of that was seeing Colton McNutt spin to the ref and be like, "What are you talking about?" Because he was actually pointing at the guy past him at Braden Smith.
Yes.
And McNutt's like, "I didn't do anything." He's like, "You're right. Just go have a seat on the bench. You're all good."
Yeah. So I'm not talking to you. Get out of the way.
Yeah. You can see he was confused because he was actually pointing past McNutt.
This is, as a coach and as a player, this is part of the game. As a fan, this is what you don't want. You want the game to speed up, right?
Yeah,
let's get that call. You know what you made. Make the call. Let's get her going.
Yeah. Dylan Goddard has the ball up at center. Kevin Biggs just gave it to him. But the captains, Osborne and Borden, still getting an explanation. I like the communication, but
is Ray going
like
to
you're right.
box?
Let's just go. Ray Nance is just taking some water. Oh, he's having water himself. I thought he was taking water to the players.
That's just a frustrating call, right?
Yeah. And Justin Bragg is making a request from the DJ.
At the end of the day, the referee's got that call exactly right.
Yeah.
Right? Justin Bragg stuck out his hip and tripped the guy.
Yeah.
And being on offense, you know what? He tripped him, put him, and tripped him. And then you had the scuffle at the bench. It's
Justin Bragg is actually helping the scorekeepers to get everything straight, which is very much like him. He's an intense competitor, very good player, also a very calm, easygoing guy.
Absolutely, 100%.
And he'll help out. Great dude. Again, Whitby going with the 5 guys down low. It does look congested. You see why you don't often put the 5 in. Walsh knocks that one loose. Here's an outlet pass. There's the roof again, making it hard. Boyd picks it off. A 4-on-2 chance.
Yeah.
And he pulls it out.
Got a 4-on-3, better situation. Slow it down.
Yeah.
Right? Slow it down, move the ball around, and go from there.
Now they do have a player up top. It's Devin Pfeiffer waiting up at the restraining lines. They go with the 4-on-3. Underhand shot from Boyd. Comes back to him, but it's popped away. Nice job coming up with that ball. Owen Dale gets the ball, runs forward, and then kind of left the stick dangling to get stripped. He may be encouraged when he gets to the bench in that situation to next time take a trot around the net, back behind, and just kill the time that you can. Boy, little sidearm, shot that almost snuck through, but Walsh is alert. He's looking. He's just waiting for Caleb Bingley to look back at him. Bingley was thinking about trying to get it to McNutt coming in from the bench, but Whitby really shut down that passing lane.
Just hold it.
Now Bingley.
Eat it, and then reel it. Get rid of it.
Yeah, only 2 Peterborough players in the offensive zone because Whitby's left Fernandez up the floor, and Borden's had to stay with him, so it was a 4-on-2. And eventually, Whitby will get possession. Bingley took a while there. I think the ball may have been stuck in his stick. He was trying to get it out to leave it there for him. You can see referee Biggs just telling him, put the ball down. That shot saved by Walsh. Not sure he saw it, but he was in position to stop the Fernandez shot. Fresh 30, 21 left on the 5-on-3. We're going to have some momentum going one way or the other here because either Whitby's going to score or Peterborough is going to be pretty elated. And with a save like that, it's going Peterborough's way. Borden going after the loose ball after it was picked up there by Quinn Highland.
And again,
Whitby still has a chance. 4 seconds. Fernandez, another save by Walsh. It's up out of play. It'll be Whitby ball with 2 seconds left. So, do you shoot here if you're Whitby?
I go right away. I go right away.
Yeah, the Peterborough player, and they score. They were just getting in Peterborough. I was wondering, do they run in? Do they switch? Both players were going to the bench. They were running defenders out.
So you're at a win-win situation. You're at a 4-on-3, right? And you got a guy back to cover the long pass. So you know what? You got to go quick. You go quick. It's not there. Then you pull it out.
Yeah, you just leave the last guy up high, right? We don't want to take away from that lovely shot.
If we were 4-on-3 with one guy coming out,
yes,
I would have said maybe slow it down because you wish you got a breakaway. But
go ahead because you got the defensive mechanism, the safety valve back there. Dylan Goddard, we've seen shots like that from him over the years.
Yeah, they're all even.
Yeah.
Should we go on 5-on-5, all even? Nobody in the box.
And we are ready to roll. Once again, Peyton McIntosh for Whitby. Take the draw against Scott Arsenault for Peterborough. With the pretty flashy pink and yellow shoes there for Arsenault.
Whatever makes you fast.
Yeah. Hey, if I could find some shoes that would make me fast,
Peterborough ball here. Yeah.
I'd wear anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'd have to have little engines in them and wheels. But, yeah. You used to move pretty good.
My shoes only had 4-second spurts.
And it wasn't back to the bench. Peterborough with the extra attacker on the delayed penalty, trying to cut into this 3-goal Whitby lead. That shot well wide. It was stick-on-stick check by Goodchild, made it well wide. That shot bounces out to him. No good. Kevin Biggs immediately pointing, and Braden Smith is saying that went in. It did go in, but he's saying if the net was back. The thing is, did you think it went in behind the goal line?
It did go in behind the goal line.
Yeah.
So if the net had been dislodged and he had threw it in front of the post and in, they would have counted that. But since it went behind where the post holes are, no, it's a no goal for sure.
Remember that goal, the Jeff Teat non-goal a couple weeks ago in the NLL? It was right at the buzzer, and the net was back. They'd knocked it way back. It was the San Diego game, I think, in the first week. Chiliano had landed back, and it's off. So Teat kind of comes out, and there's guys coming to crush him. Last second, he takes the shot, and it goes in. It hits the crossbar and goes obviously behind the goal line. And they had to review it, and it was very confusing. But it definitely went behind the corner at the end of the goal line.
So imagine if that net wasn't there. There's 2 posts that go straight to the roof.
Yeah. In case you're not sure what we're talking about, it can go in. The net's dislodged. It's still, the goal would count if it went across the goal line where the goal should have been. But that one went behind where the end of the goal line for the net was. So a good call. And Peterborough keeps possession, but another big save for Caleb Martin. And now we're going to have a penalty.
Well, you know what?
What was that one?
It was for holding.
Holding.
Yeah, the guy was trying to get by instead of picking. He grabbed onto him. It's like it was a hold. Like,
okay. So it's actually a 5-on-3 for Peterborough. We did have the penalty before on Pfeiffer. Great chance for Peterborough to try and get 1 or 2 back here in the final minute and a half of this first half as they trail by 3. Good chopping. Oh, but then leaving it out there. John Weller had it and again just left it out.
Push it.
Here's Peterborough 4-on-1. Pass it and they miss it. Oh my goodness, that's crushing for the Timbermen. Weller much more aware, but he still gets stripped. Aaron Bradshaw dives and shoots and misses. A 3-on-0. Now Bradshaw, goalie interference.
He hit him in the head with a stick going through. Like,
he did.
You know what? If he's outside the crease, then maybe make some contact. But you know what? Another shot with 3.
And the thing for Bradshaw, you can see how he was so excited that the only Whitby player had fallen down to 3-on-0. He almost had to wait for his teammate to get out of the way to take that shot.
Or maybe come a little more into the middle.
Yeah, come over to your side or make the pass.
Anyway,
you had some time. I remember a very good analyst coach telling me you usually have more time than you think. And Aaron Bradshaw in that case had way more time than he thought.
Yeah, oh no, for sure. He could have taken his time a little bit more. Yeah. And then he wouldn't have had to go that far through the crease, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
So Bradshaw doesn't like it.
I know Sully didn't like the call. He was trying to figure out where he hit him, where he made contact.
Yeah.
Like he made contact coming back out of the stick. Yeah. After he shot, it came back up and hit Martin in the face.
Yeah, and you can make incidental contact with the goalie with your stick. But that, if you hear it, you're probably going to get it called. Here's Boyd. So it's 4-on-3 Peterborough. Whitby. Oh, what a drive to the net. Osborne with the shot just misses. And Liam Osborne, you might look at him and think, he's not a very big guy. He is solid as a rock. And the 30 will expire.
The fuck is... Whoa.
The play's being blown in, but isn't there a penalty? So Parker Sands going to the box.
Not even sure what that's for, but...
Boarding.
Yeah, you know what? I this is where me as a commentator and me as a coach is frustrated. There was no call made down there by 2 guys.
Yeah.
And not till Parker got to the white line, he made that call.
I think Matt Chimwell was making the call. No? I thought he was.
Not from
here. And they just... Oh, I'm not saying he should have necessarily.
Not from here.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think he did.
You know what I mean? But
I think he did. I see what you mean. Like you're saying there's 2 guys right close to the play.
Yeah,
it's their call to make. Right?
Not only that, you get the coaches yell about it. Then you get the call made. It frustrates you, right?
Yeah. 3-on-3. There's a lot of space out there. There's a big pick. Oh, and then the hook. Okay. That's Devin Pfeiffer hooking his stick around the neck of Bragg and yanking on it. And Bragg's going too. And Brad Lyons is trying to get a timeout for Peterborough. You get 1 per half. There's 18.8 left. And we're 3-on-3, and that's a good play by Lyons to get that. Just being calm in the face of all this. And, I really like Brad Lyons as a player, but being calm under duress has not always been his strength.
No,
he's a maturing player.
Yeah,
I like that.
So Peterborough called timeout. They'll go 4-on-3 here for the remainder of the game.
Yeah.
For the remainder of the half, anyways.
18 seconds left in the half. Not sure what Bragg did to get that penalty. And now, because with the 3-on-3, so you got 2 guys in the box each, if it was just the Pfeiffer penalty, then we have the penalty shot, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but because they both got him, there's no. So that's a big penalty call.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But why is it even done?
The Bragg penalty?
Yeah. Why was that? Just let it go.
Yeah.
Hey, get in there, split it up, let it go, and away we go.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought Pfeiffer got his stick on the back of Bragg's neck and yanked on it.
Yeah, they were tangled, but you know what?
Yeah. I saw intent. I would have called that one. I know you like him to keep playing. Based on the standard that's been called especially, I think that's a penalty. Anyway, we're 3-on-3. We've got 18 seconds, and Peterborough has the ball, trailing 6-3 and hoping to get one back. So, of course, they have the extra attacker out. Here's Jacobs. He's going to get it back. They've got 7 seconds. Peterborough will start to go. Whitby player comes out. Nice play by Peyton McIntosh as he got out. I'm not sure Peterborough realized he was coming, that he would be there with a couple seconds to go.
Well, I don't think Peterborough realized that with all those penalties on the board, somebody was actually coming out of the box.
Yeah. So it is 6-3.
Right.
Yeah, we've reached the halfway point. It's 6-3 for Whitby. Whitby has 11 seconds remaining on one penalty, so they will be short 4-on-3. And then, Peterborough's got 2 penalties. So Whitby will be up 4-on-3 for 11 seconds. Then they'll go up 5-on-3. Then Peterborough's got 48 seconds and 1:30 in their 2 penalties. And it actually didn't even go in. Not only did it not cross the line where it should have, it went to the backside of the mesh. It didn't even go in the net.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. But
now,
I mean, technically, also, it doesn't have to go into the net, into the netting.
If it goes through the holes,
then it's good. But
it
it
can
didn't
land anywhere
for sure. So, yeah. I mean, it could just sit there behind the line and bounce up and down, whatever. So here we go, 6-3 Whitby. They'll face off. Caleb Bingley taking the draw for Peterborough against Peyton McIntosh. And McIntosh pulls it back. The pass ahead from Leclerc, and Whitby will go to the 4-on-3 power play. Actually, they're going to go to the 5-on-3 in 1 second. That won't really have much impact, though, as they're going 4-on-3 low. Boyd tries a bouncer. It's going to be tracked down by Fernandez, but it's away from him and up out of play, and it'll be Peterborough possession.
I'm not sure why the Whitby guy wasn't on this side of center to stop that ball from coming over to create.
Yeah. Well, it was out of play back in the Peterborough end, though, right?
Referees missed it, though.
Yeah. But did they call over him back? No, I don't know.
Yeah, they call over him back
when
he picked it up.
Okay. It's been a strange game in a lot of ways. Here's a breakout. Clinton Lewis flips a little pass ahead. That's a nice save by Stephen Walsh on the on-rushing Riley McKinnon, who, other than standing on the wrong side of center on that play, is having a pretty good game. Now he's going to go off the floor. It's 5-on-4 for Whitby. They've got Fernandez, the late guy, slipping into the far side. Gets the pass now from Goddard and gives it immediately back. Boyd gets it, goes to the net, gets by Borden. Saved by Walsh. Borden makes him pay, going in there and takes the big hit. Then holds him up, and things are getting testy because Borden actually kind of helped him up. And the Whitby player complained, "What are you doing?" He said, "I was helping you. I won't." Next time. Here it's picked up by Michael Mays. He goes to the net, and the shot from the far side. Good child. Leaves it there for Jared Downey. We are all even. We're a minute 40 into the second half. Osborne underneath, a big chop from John Croak. Gets onto the stick. That's a big swing.
Yeah, it was a big swing. They got it. Yeah.
Nice underhand pass to Osborne, who rips one just before the end of the shot clock. It missed the net, so it will be Peterborough Timbermen possession. And Braden Smith almost got himself in some trouble there by picking up that ball and starting into the play. Probably could have waited a couple seconds, right, until he gets somebody out, because he was all alone for a while, but worked out. Now, though, the turnover and Whitby into the other end. Here's Kyle Curtis. You got Boyd slipping across to the back door. He's picked up now. Whitby still changing. There's a low shot, no problem for Walsh. But Fernandez got it back right into the slot to Osborne. That stopped. Boyd couldn't get it. That's a heck of a play there by Scott Arsenault.
And Whitby gets it back.
But then he loses it. Boyd gets stripped. Boyd showing he's still got possession. Nobody hitting the stick as they're just tied up on the body. He's still got it up there. What a flip pass.
Good call. Good call on
crease?
Wall. Yeah, the Whitby guy ran through the crease to be help.
There you go. Can't go through the crease and get involved in that play.
And that's one rule I've learned in this rate, that being involved in this, is that one referee watches that crease all the time.
Yeah.
Right? So
with the 3-ref system. Ball is scooped up. The pass is caught and then spinning off the check. Quite a play by Braden McGregor just to get the shot off, but he is stopped, and then he is booking it back to the bench to get the defensive change. Nice hustle from McGregor. That's another one where he had about a second more than he realized.
Yeah.
Darian Jacobs stopped by Caleb Martin. And I don't mean to pick on McGregor because you're not going to feel like you have time in that situation.
Yeah, for sure.
As a young player, and you don't get a lot of chances like that. That pass is high, scooped by Whitby, and heading up the floor is John Weller. He'll slow things down. Pass doesn't connect. Peterborough in the offensive zone, but it's turned over, scooped up there by Tyler Van Every, and he is sprinting up the floor. Van Every will slow it down, hand it off to Boyd. Boyd, the alternate captain. Interesting to see players like that, is a fairly young player, kind of developing guy. Huge season last year.
You know what? He did have a huge season last year. And you know what? He got that opportunity to get into the NLL this year and get to try it with, and had a good look. And, he still has an opportunity to get back there if he keeps up the hard work.
Yeah. So the penalty coming to Brad Lyons for roughing. That late hit, knocking the player down. So it's still 6-3 Whitby.
4 minutes.
It's 4 minutes.
Peterborough penalties to number 3.
Goddard to the top.
2 minutes for high sticking, plus 2 minutes for roughing. Lions,
Here's Boyd.
2 minutes for high sticking, plus 2 minutes for roughing.
Gets it back. Not even looking for the shot so far. He might this time. Oh, he's directing traffic. He wants Goddard to cut in. Goddard does go to the middle, but they go behind him to Kyle Curtis. You hear the bench yelling shot. It's just late. Liam Osborne, smart play to not take that shot because that was late enough. I think it's a delay if he takes it. Still took a bump from Parker's hands.
Yeah, just an unsettled situation. He didn't think he had much room to go. He could have ran a little bit more before he passed that off.
Yeah. Boyd bounces it to the top to Pfeiffer. Ball tips away and Croak right on him. The dunk attempt doesn't get into the net, but it's scooped up by Fernandez. Is he going to try the same thing? No, he flips it out front. Had Osborne, but there was some craft. He couldn't get it. It's over and back. 1:11 gone on the first of the 2 minors to the double minor to Lions. Connor Curtis was running. We've got a lot of Curtises in this game. Riley with the ball right now. Took it from Connor Curtis. And, of course, Kyle Curtis on the other end for Whitby. He's probably going to be coming on the floor in a couple seconds. There he is right now. Number 15 for Whitby. So it's a Curtis Fest here at the Millbrook Community Center. And there is Kyle Curtis taking the pass as he floats in from the bench. Nice timing. He didn't rush because he saw the space, was back a little bit away from the net. No, is it not plugged in? Is it out? I don't know. Okay. Text ball. How long is left? Thanks. Osborne backing away from Bragg. Bragg had a little smile for him as he was about to whack him. Osborne didn't have to deal with that.
Assist for number 18, Howard Goodchild. Number 88, Malachi Goodchild.
So the Curtis goal came before the first penalty ended, so Brian Lyons is still in the box, and Whitby's still on the power play with a 7-3 lead now. That loose ball scooped up there, and Peterborough heading back up the floor. Caleb Bingley with it, makes the pass. Boy, they get it down the floor in a hurry. Justin Bragg looking for a chance, wasn't there, so he'll slow it down. Whitby has left a player up the floor, so Bragg is going to retreat to the defensive zone, and Peterborough will go 3-on-4. And Riley Curtis with 12 on the shot clock, shorthanded. Thought he had a shot he liked. Sam Solatoro taking some abuse as he fought through the center with the ball and eventually is stripped. Peterborough will just lob it down the length of the floor.
Not sure why. They had 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even think they had the ball yet. They still had the reset happened. They had more time to get the ball over center.
I don't know. Especially, they could have killed a fair bit of that. We're going to get the reset now with Whitby setting up and still on the power play. Just getting their fifth guy out there. It's Dylan Goddard looking at Boyd as they go strong right this time, go with the righty at the top. Osborne. Boyd rips it, scores. That's a great shot. Trent Boyd just past the arm. It's like thigh high. That's a tough one for goalies. Perfect placement.
You know, he had a good look on that. Yeah.
8-3, another power play goal as Whitby cashes in on both ends of the double minor.
We have a goalie check here. Peterborough's called a goalie check on the Whitby goalie here.
Well, there you go. What are they checking? Can you say just everything, or does he check the specific? You have to say specifically.
I'm not sure.
Assistant number 9, Dylan Goddard. Number 21, Liam Osborne.
Did you text ball?
Play from Goddard and Osborne. Power play goal, 8-16.
Can you get somebody from the Peterborough bench, maybe? Can you get somebody from the Peterborough bench to go around and tell Paul we think the camera's unplugged, so it's only got a few minutes left to charge? Thanks.
Well, I got a text from him, so hopefully.
I didn't realize. What did you say? That one's not delivered, so you never know, right?
Well, it's iPhone to iPhone, it does though, right? Do you want me to run down there?
Hello. Hey, Mr. Steve, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
You watched the game last night? I fell asleep right before the NLL game started.
No. I've watched some of the recorded one. I was watching the one that was live, and then I've got the other one recorded.
It's all right. The Oshawa Outlaw game was better anyways.
That was Oshawa Outlaw coach Joe Hilt sharing his opinion of the what the most exciting available game was last night in the lacrosse world.
Yeah, well, the only game to watch last. Well, actually, we weren't even live last night, but it'll be up there soon. And you know what? It was a good game last night. We beat Toronto 12-7.
Nice, nice.
It was
Hang on,
very
stay
good.
still. I'm just going to put your mic right there so we pick up all of the dulcet tones of Joe Hiltz. With 6:44 to go here, we are on the officials break. It's 8-3. for Whitby, and it feels like a pretty close game. It is, but it's on battery. It's not plugged in. So it's got about 8 minutes to go. We think it's down there.
There will be a short delay due to goalie equipment check.
I'll go. We got to stop.
Can we go?
Take over. I'll go.
I would have went. Yeah, I'll take over. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, ball from the orange team to the green team, back to the orange team, over to the green team.
Somebody score.
Not sure what's happening right now. I'm not sure what they're calling on the Whitby goalie. Because I'm not sure if they have to be specific or if it's just a check in general. Anyways, we will find out momentarily as Matt Shimla has taken Caleb Martin, obviously, into the dressing room to have a look. Hopefully this doesn't take long, but yeah, we'll be here find out shortly. We just wanted to prolong our New Year's Eve day here a little bit longer at the Millbrook Community Center. Who's? So we have nobody in the box yet for Whitby. So I think their in-home has to go in the penalty box. There we go. Their in-home's going to the penalty box, and we will get this thing started.
Whitby penalty to number 52, Cable Martin. A 5-minute penalty.
Riley Curtis over to Aaron Bradshaw. Back to Curtis.
For illegal equipment.
Pick. Curtis winds up. Bounce shot far side. And you know what? Now we have an 8-4 score. That was an excellent play shot by Riley Curtis on Caleb Martin. Nice bounce shot to the far side post. And that was Colton McNutt that set that nice pick. We're at the draw here. We have Edwards with the ball for Whitby. He's getting swarmed by two guys from Peterborough.
Hey, Ryan.
And we're
doing the game in Millbrook.
Picked up by Peterborough.
They've got the pounds and half clicked in the camera, but it's on the back.
Peterborough power play goals, number 23, Ryan Curtis.
Aaron Bradshaw with the ball.
Number 9, Cole McNutt. Curtis from McNutt.
Over to Riley Curtis.
Power play goal.
Peterborough late, getting another fifth guy on the floor.
Go ahead.
Curtis, they're not. Oh, hit Caleb Martin right in the head. Oh, and a nice pass by Martin up to Boyd. Oh, and you know what? And a goal. Unbelievable. He were the power play. Trent Boyd with a lot of work, a lot of hustle, put that ball in on the rebound off his own shot. Where Walsh was out of his net and not sure where he was. Again, good heads-up play by Caleb Martin up to Trent Boyd. Trent Boyd just finished up on a rebound of his own and squeaked it in. We got Peyton McIntosh on the draw.
Whitby short-handed goal.
And
Scorer number 14, Trent Boyd. Unassisted.
Justin Bragg with the rebound.
Unassisted. Time
Loose ball.
9:20.
Out to Bradshaw. Riley Curtis to Bradshaw. Back to Riley. Over to McNutt, out to Curtis. Another night. Oh, double pick over to Bradshaw. The crease ball on Curtis. Whitby the breakout. We got Riley McKinnon pushing the ball. Over to Trent Boyd. Trent Boyd. Nice loose ball picked up by Justin Bragg. Takes a nice shot. Oh, saved by Martin.
Sorry, Joe. Had
okay.
some tech issues to deal with. I think we're okay. What did I miss?
Sorry, we missed a goal on both ends.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Power play goal and a shorthanded goal.
All right, so the power play goal for Peterborough. They still have 2:40 on the advantage.
On the 5-minute penalty.
Yeah.
Legal equipment of some sort, not sure what it was.
Yeah, they just said illegal equipment. They didn't say what,
No.
but that does mean Caleb Martin is gone. Right?
No, he's right there.
Oh, that's Martin?
So it must have been a fix-it thing or something.
Oh, okay, so he's allowed to stay. And it is served by the in-home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of confused there for a bit. I wasn't sure, you
Thought
don't know
Gervais
what to
had
call
to come
it.
in.
Yeah.
Okay. Peterborough scored early in that 5-minute. You wonder if Martin's a little flustered.
Yeah.
Probably hasn't happened to him much.
Yeah,
Peterborough penalty, number 44, Cable Bingley, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Bingley for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of that penalty, 10:47.
Yeah, honestly, we've had so many. I don't mean to pick on Caleb Bingley because we've had so many penalties like that today, where it's just like unsportsmanlike conduct. You're on a power play.
A lot of unnecessary penalties, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a penalty too.
There you go.
That's obvious. Riley Curtis puts the ball down as he has to, then immediately chops the stick of Goodchild as he's picking it up. He knows that's delay a game. I don't get it. Now you're shorthanded 4-on-3. Oh. And if I sound frustrated, it's because I want these guys yelling.
Yeah, but
yeah. You want more for them.
yeah, you know what? It's just a little frustrating. Obviously, Coach Solomon's probably a little frustrated what's going on there right now.
Whitby moving the ball around. Goddard comes to the near side to Pfeiffer. Pretty good ball movement. So far, the Peterborough defense has rotated very well. They did get a shot off there, though. And here's one for Goddard, and you just can't keep on the 4-on-3. You can't keep him away forever.
Yeah, you know what?
And Goddard's just too good a shooter to stop
down there doing all he can in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, how many power play goals they got, how many transition goals. But
So the one penalty is released. That'd be the Bingley penalty. That was the first one, right?
it should be the second one they made him short, correct?
Oh, yeah, because the other one made them 4-on-4. Is that so you don't take the one with the least time? Because normally if there's two penalties, obviously the one that has the least time, but they did take the one with the least time.
Well, maybe it's different than our rules.
Your rules last night?
No. The only rules where you
Right.
take the one that didn't make you short.
Right. Bit of an early jump there by Peyton
Yep.
McIntosh, and Peterborough will get the ball. We are 4-on-4. It's for a minute 34, and then it'll just be a 6-second Peterborough power play, so really not much to speak of there. Joe, are you 100% sure that Caleb Martin's not the guy on the bench with Cole Gervais in the net?
Well,
look at the uniform numbers, and that looks like Martin. That doesn't look like Gervais over there.
Then why is he on the bench though?
Maybe he's the coach now.
If you're kicking him out, doesn't I go to the dressing room?
Now, crease call. So play is blown down. There's going to be a penalty, a holding call. So here's one thing. Now, because it's odd. Usually if a goalie gets a major penalty, he has to go serve it. Right?
Yeah, Cole's in net.
Yeah, Cole Gervais is in net, number 41. It was Caleb Martin to start. So it wasn't Martin getting frazzled. It was Gervais having to jump in and face the 5-minute major. But yeah, normally a goalie serves his own major. So if he's kicked out, he shouldn't be on the bench, I would think. And if he's serving the penalty, I don't know why they put the in-home in.
Well, the referee here, Bigsy, he motioned for Martin to go to the bench.
Okay.
To the there.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. I was a little confused as well. So.
So Tyler Van Every with the minor. So again, it's 4-on-3 now for Peterborough. Remember 5-on-5, Joe?
Yeah, with that opening
Vaguely?
whistle.
What's that?
You say 5-on-5?
I said, you remember 5-on-5 action?
No.
I don't think so. We haven't had any for a while.
Yeah, with an opening face-off.
That's right. There's a break. Chugging down the floor is Parker Sands. Look at the speed by Boyd getting back and affects the shot. Great hustle by Trent Boyd to get that stick on Sands. Boyd is breathing hard over there, and I don't blame him after that play. And you love to see that with the forwards, the big scorers hustling back to be a part of it, the defensive play. Hard twister is going to draw a penalty as Malachi Good went to the net, somehow snaked through the defense to get a shot off, but took a shot pretty high, and it will be a penalty to Owen Dale, 2 minutes for the slash. And so that means we'll be 4-on-3 for Peterborough for another 4 seconds. Then we're going to be 4-on-4 for 48 seconds. And then a minute 12 power play for Whitby.
This isn't math class.
I know. I was getting pretty sketchy on the last one, but I think I might have got it. So here we go. So we are 4-on-4. Here's Goddard. Hits Boyd. Peter D again getting out. Lots of pressure. Lions out there, steals it. What a pickoff. Fights the whole ball actually popped out. Neither of them realized it. Lions wins the race there, but then it's the foot of Pfeiffer knocking it ahead. And that's an 8-second count on Peterborough. So Whitby will get possession. Boyd rips it. He and Lions having some words and shoves. Pass ahead. Oh, Justin Bragg was all alone. The pass just tipped off the head of his stick. What a play! Justin Bragg gets to the net and scores. Justin Bragg fights through everybody. That is a thing of beauty.
And he got the lock when it hit the post and came back at the goalie went in the net, which he deserved that one.
Yeah, that helped. I mean, I think that's the lacrosse god saying, Justin, you just worked really hard for that. We're going to help you out a little. Off the post, off the back of Cole Gervais and Justin Bragg.
And like you were saying, Justin Bragg's a guy that every team would like to have on his team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know I'd like to have him on my team, but you know what? Yeah, he'd be a hard one to get.
You're not supposed to say that as a rival coach?
He'd be a hard one to get out of Peterborough, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's just that kind of work.
He's a heart and soul guy for this club. It's handed off there by Leclerc, and Liam Osborne will set things up. It's 10-5, Whitby with the minute on the power play. That was a 4-on-4 goal. Then the penalty expired, so Whitby back to the man advantage. Goddard at the top with the strong left setup. Thought about the shot. Boyd's pass was tipped, and here goes Parker Sands. But Boyd didn't have as much ground to make up. That's going to be a loose ball push, but I don't think they're going to mind that.
No, that was a great call.
Yeah.
You know, Sully was watching the front. Didn't see the guy get pushed from behind.
Absolutely the right call, but I don't think Whitby minds that. Trent Boyd, we saw how much ground he made up on Parker Sands earlier. We knew he was going to get him there, but the chop knocked the ball right out of the stick. Peterborough had too many players on the floor, and Whitby's livid as there's a moving pick called now. Peterborough had a player running off the floor. He probably was 20 strides to get to the bench, that he was the extra player on the floor as they're shorthanded and had 5 guys out. So we've got Aaron Bradshaw going to the box for Peterborough. And
McNutt's going to go as well for Peterborough.
McNutt as well? Is that sportsmanlike?
Yeah.
Oh, and there are 2 Whitby players going as well. Clint Lewis is the second.
We're basically looking at going 5-on-5 or 4-on-5.
Yeah, 5-on-4 because there's 26 seconds left.
Unless they give extra penalties, right?
They're not over yet. They're still adjudicating here. So we've got 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It's 10-5 for Whitby, and seems like every time Peterborough tries to put a push, tries to climb back in, Whitby's got an answer.
Yeah. You're hoping to put a string of 2 or 3 together, right, before the Whitby rebounds and gets 1. So at this point of the game, you need to put 3 together in a row every time you're pushing.
And you've got the youngster Cole Gervais in net for Whitby with Caleb Martin out. So it'll be interesting to see now. Has his 5 minutes expired? It has, right?
Yes, it has.
Yes. So he's out because you'd think they'd be putting him back in, given how well he was playing.
Well, did Caleb even start the second half, or did Cole go in to start the second half?
No, I think it was Caleb Martin. Let's check with the third member of the booth. Nope. Who do you think had started the second half? Did Martin start the second half in net for Whitby, or did Gervais start it? Yeah. So it's a 2-1 vote. Abby and I say Martin started.
But Abby never votes with me anyway, so that don't count.
But I didn't know that when I asked her.
Yeah.
So the penalties will even out.
Yeah, we're still 5-on-4.
Yeah. 3 players for each team have been sent to the box, and with 20 seconds left in the earlier penalty to Owen Dale, Whitby has that time to try and extend their 5-goal lead. The pass from Goddard doesn't connect with Fernandez. We run out of time in the third quarter. It is 10-5 Whitby. There's 12 seconds left on the penalty. I'm Steven Stamp with Joe Hiltz, and this is New Year's Eve Arena Lacrosse League action. Yeah, that's what we're trying with.
Those penalties, 14-46.
It's still recording, it still looks okay, but it's showing the red. Okay.
So it looks like Aaron Bradshaw and somebody else just got thrown out for chirping in the bench with a stoppage here.
Honestly, it's not shocking that that's happened. I don't have my headset on.
Is that who's number 11? There?
Yeah, 11
Clint
for
Lewis.
Clint Lewis, yeah. They were both in the box, and they must have kept talking during the break. So it's been that kind of game. Just a lot of contentiousness.
Referees just want to get this thing started. It's turning into a 3-hour game here.
Yeah. Paul? All right, lacrosse friends, 15 minutes to go. It's 10-5 Whitby, 12 seconds left on the Dale penalty. We have had Bradshaw and Lewis kicked out. Whitby gets the ball, and Liam Osborne heads to the net, turns back. Todd Chapman on him, hits the pass across to Goodchild, who'll rip one. That one's stopped by Stephen Walsh.
And if you just notice, Caleb Martin is back in the net to start the fourth quarter.
There you go. Good spotting. I'll have to admit I'm unclear on that how that one worked. But good on Whitby for, having to send the youngster in and managing it after giving up the one goal just seconds into the major. And then they really stood behind him, stood in front of him, but supported him. High shot gets out of play from Jacobs, and Whitby will take possession. Goodchild trotting up over center. Hands it off and goes to the middle. Bit of a change-up with the stick-on-stick check, but Fernandez couldn't sneak it through. Walsh adjusted and managed to make the stop. Whitby's got it back for a fresh 30.
Yeah, that was like a little twister on from Fernandez on On Walsh, he made a nice save on that one for sure.
Sidearm shot by Boyd, and Walsh had no trouble with that. He's got nobody down the floor to pass to, so he makes the short pass. Sands pulls it in. Thought he could go to Croak, he couldn't. And then his pass winds up going up out of play. Now the long outlet pass just misses connecting with Jared Downey. Whitby will retain possession, though. Shot from Downey. Walsh again looking up the floor again. Nobody to pass to. He's going to go short. Lions will take this pass. He's got time to get across. And Peterborough into the offensive zone. They'll try and set up. See if they can start chipping away at this 5-goal lead. With Caleb Martin, who's been very sharp, back between the pipes for Whitby. I'm always curious what it is about the equipment that was illegal.
Well, I don't know. We'll find out after, I guess.
Yeah.
Not quite
We'll
sure,
go and
but
research that. I was at the game in Victoria in the Mann Cup in 2013 when both Brandon Miller and Evan Kirk got kicked out for illegal pads and Colin Doyle had to go play net. That was something. Backdoor attempt, couldn't quite connect with Malachi Good. Shot clock down, so they rip one from the outside and miss. Oh no, they did get a piece of it, so a fresh 30, but then it's thrown over and back. Good trying to say it was off of Peterborough, but it was not. They just checked him, and it went straight from his stick back
you know what?
towards his
All
goalie.
that hard work, and he just.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Curtis leaves it there. Oh, a little worm burner sneaks in. Braden Smith, that's at least a hat trick for him.
Yeah, you know what? Just a lot of hard work on that one. He got a pass down from Darian Jacobs, and Darian cut through. He came around the top, and it was looking like a long outside desperation shot.
But use the screen, yeah.
Sometimes those ones are the ones that hurt you.
Yeah. I'm not sure Martin saw that at all.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. That was like right along the blue turf. It was like something tough to pick up for sure.
So we'll see if the Timbermen can keep it going. Face-off win by McIntosh goes actually to Riley Curtis. That's a good check there by Riley McKinnon. He's having a solid game. He's going to run it up the floor. Rebound almost picked up by Osborne, but Bragg all over him. That's a push from behind. Fairly clear. It's just a battle for the ball, but Osborne has the player right up on his back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There's the pass, trying to hit the cutter to get it to Boyd. Bounces out to Goodchild. He's stopped by Walsh, who was down with the one knee up and the one knee leg flat on the floor, but covered a lot of space. They pass it out to Boyd and can't connect. It's grabbed by Goodchild, but as he tries to draw it back to himself, it gets up out of play into the mesh. And Bragg will fake the pass, run it across center. I like that play. Didn't have a passing lane, just get yourself over. Here's Andrew Lagana. Leaves it there for Smith. He's been the hot hand for Peterborough today. Well, he was hot early, and then you got the last one. Bit of a lull in between. Diving attempt by Smith. Sorry, by Michael Mays.
2675-858-26.
There's Quinn Highland for Whitby.
Yeah.
You look like you have something to say, Joe.
Thinking.
Okay. We'll get back to you in a while. Rip from outside, foot save by Walsh on that hard shot from Kyle Curtis. Highland back to Curtis. There's the cutter. They find him, but he'd run himself past the shooting spot. Jared Downey, and it's picked off. Here's Lyons running with the ball. Sees the clerk coming off the bench. Pinned against the boards. Waiting for some help. Sees his pick coming. Oh, tried to make a pass behind him. It's not over and back because it went off a Whitby player. And then Lyons is going to work on Leclerc to try and get it back, but Leclerc protects the ball, shields himself nicely.
Yeah, you can't get yourself pinned up along the boards like that. Once you got in it, you got to get out of it.
Yeah.
And then he just made a silly pass behind his back, thinking someone's going to pick it up for him.
Yeah. You're probably actually almost better just roll it along the boards at that point and hope your guy can go get it.
Yeah, away from the line where if you turn it over, they're going on a breakaway.
Yeah, I'm with you. Long pass. Oh, it's just tipped. That's quite a play, a scoring chance saving play by Tyler Van Every. As Curtis coming off the bench had a chance, and they get one at the other end, but Goddard can't handle the pass, and Walsh is going to swing it back up the floor. Nobody to send it to, so he'll just hand it off to Bragg. Bragg's looking. He's got his pocket flapping about there. It's great that the shorts have pockets these days.
Change fell out.
That is a game changer, having the pockets. Behind the back, Justin Bragg. Holy cow. Fights off the check. The big sweeping behind the back right in the top corner.
The big thing about that is he had to go between two guys, not just the guy checking him, but the guy stepping up at him. He got in underneath, he got between the two. He got a stick free, and then, you know what? Bam, nice backhand.
Yeah, if I were you watching, I'd probably go back 10, 15 seconds and look at that again. We don't have that luxury, but I'd go watch it.
Oh, that was just nice
Beautiful.
hard work by Justin Bragg for sure.
10-7, 3 goals, 9:05 to play. Peterborough is within reach. We'll see what they can do.
Looks like we got some fans leaving early to,
I don't
beat
get
the
it.
crowd. Jam parking lot out there today.
It actually is a jam parking lot. I had trouble
This
getting
place
a spot.
is jam-packed here today on New Year's Eve, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, people having a little pre-party at the Millbrook Community Center. I don't think that one even got through to Walsh. I think one of the Peterborough defenders soaked the attempt by Boyd, and here comes Parker Sands. Flings it down into the corner. Curtis is directing traffic, hanging on to the ball. Now he gets it to Jacobs. He can't quite catch it. Chops away the Whitby stick, but it is eventually grabbed by Leclerc. Tried to make a long pass. It's picked off. Jacobs behind the back. That one misses. It's a hot potato at the moment, but it is settled for the time being by Tyler Goodchild. He hands it off, and Whitby will set up. Oh, and they miss another pass. They tried to force it through to Goddard. That's a tough pass to make, and here comes Peterborough. 3-on-1. Chapman shoots. He looked at the defender in the far away. I feel like Bragg might have been his best option there. The trailer. I know, it's fast. It's all happening.
No, you know what? It was a good shot and all.
Yeah.
It's
good
got to be a
decision.
quality shot. You just can't just go in and shoot at the goalie because
Yeah.
you want a shot, right? You got to look to put it in the net.
Yeah, the decision's okay. It wasn't a great shot. Croak hands it off. Michael Mays trying to decide what he wants to do. He's going to leave it there for Curtis. That one got behind Martin, but I think he got it with his glove as he swung his hand around and swatted at it. And he's going to earn himself a chance to go to the bench, have a rest, and get a drink of water with the officials' timeout with 7:29 to go in the fourth. Whitby clinging to a 10-7 lead. This feels a lot tighter than it did about 10 minutes ago.
Well, for sure, absolutely. Peterborough found themselves back in the game, 3 goals away with just over 7 minutes to play. Anything can happen. This is a lacrosse game, right?
Yeah.
Goals come in
Justin
bunches.
Bragg keep getting hot.
Yeah,
and I'm only partly joking. I mean, he's a defender, but he's got 2 goals, and they're pretty nice ones today.
Yeah, but he's a good transition offensive guy as well. He can play some all, but he's a really good defender, which gives you that option to push the ball a lot.
Yeah. How many of Peterborough's 7 goals are in transition? The 2 from Bragg, because they were at least unsettled transition. The Sands on the 3-on-5 taking the pass from Lyons.
Yeah.
There's 3.
Yeah, probably about 4.
I feel there might have been another one. Plus a shorthand. Well, I mean, the one shorthander was a breakaway, but might have been another shorthanded goal.
So I find out about this game that's more transition, odd man situation stuff that you see a lot more goals and settled 5-on-5, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The team that can master the 5-on-5 play will win at the end of the day.
Yeah, if they can really control the 5-on-5, gives them a huge edge. We are 5-on-5 right now. Whitby leading 10-7 as we're underway with the second half of the fourth quarter. Borden couldn't quite grab that ball. It goes to Goddard, and he actually got a pretty decent look at the net, but Walsh was all over that shot. Here's Parker Sands. Gets away from one checker, runs by another and lobs the pass across. It gets there.
Peterborough has Fernandez stuck on defense right now, so I'd be like going to work on that.
Yeah, but they take the quick shot. Jacobs put back. It's not in. Peterborough start to celebrate, but Martin swung around and kept that ball out of the net. Peterborough definitely with the momentum. You can feel they're putting a lot more pressure, more chances. Goddard. Sorry, Goodchild trying to change that to go to the far side. Pfeiffer, watched by John Croak. Fun to see Croker out there playing. Is coming back to the game with the Senior C Lakefield team, but that pass doesn't get through. Here's Goodchild. Whitby's going to have to slow it down, but Croker's been joined this club last year partway through the season, and he's been solid for them.
Absolutely.
Won a provincial title with the Rage. Spinning attempt to the net, and the ball just popped away from Trent Boyd. 5 seconds to shoot. It's stopped by Walsh, but it's free. Whitby was on it, but it bounced away. It goes back to Walsh. Then his pass is too far for Sands. That's going to be a turnover, unforced, as John Weller picks it up, and he is sprinting into the offensive zone.
Sounds like Walsh having a little trouble with his long passes.
Yeah. Weller looking for somebody to get the ball to, and he does eventually hand it off. Drive to the net. Nice little sidestep between the double-team defenders. Get that chance, but not able. Scott Arsenault couldn't get it on. Here's a save again. That's Peterborough with another pretty good chance.
Again, you had Bragg on a 2-on-1 there. I would have been like, again, hey, he's got the hot hand. You know what? Drag the guy over. Oh, well.
Piper. Whitby just getting their 5th guy. Now they're pulling the goalie and sending a 6th. There is a delayed penalty. It's going to be illegal substitution on Peterborough. Some confusion at the bench again. Actually, no, you know what? It's not confusion at the bench. They've just got 6 guys out there playing.
Maybe those guys on penalty box get out soon, too.
Yeah. Yeah. They had 6 guys on the floor during the play. The play was called. They ran over. One of the guys just went straight. Morgan Bedlington goes to the penalty box. So a chance for Whitby to slow the Peterborough Tide. Probably not going to be in a rush here. They are taking their time to set it up. Now they get the scissor pick going. Trying to go to Boyd. He can't quite catch it. Borton out on him. Big save by Walsh.
Nice pass.
Long pass. Did that hit the light?
Hit the roof up here.
Okay.
Ball's back down here already.
Oh my goodness! I'm still looking to my left. Like I thought it hit the light and came down, but
no, I think it hit the speaker.
Oh yeah, that would be it.
That's why no lights fell out.
Yeah, because it was definitely below the ceiling level. So
yeah.
I guess it was a speaker hanging down. There you go. Good eye, Joe.
Got it from the camera person.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Goddard from the outside. That one's wide, but comes straight back out, and they get it again. Goddard, another chance. That one's wide as well. This one's going to go over and back. Could be a chance for Lions. Yeah. You'll just wait for the play to be blown in. Picks it up. Watch there by Quinn Highland.
Good job.
Oh, and they just let Bragg come out from the corner.
Wow. Whitby fell asleep and forgot Bragg was in the corner when the ball started. And the guy started coming back in the center like he was covering the middle.
Yeah.
Justin Bragg was wide open in the corner.
Wow.
Lions just wanted to give him the ball, and he came out and get his hat trick.
Short-handed goal for Justin Bragg. It's 10-8. 3:52 to go with a two-goal spread. This is really something.
And another short-handed goal.
Yeah. Can't really call that one transition, even though it's by a defender.
Up 5-on-4, and you lose a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Loose ball grabbed by Riley McKinnon. Still a power play for 32 seconds for Whitby. They're strong right this time. Pfeiffer behind the back to Boyd. Nothing really there. Now Pfeiffer's going to pass one to Goddard, but that's tipped away. Just 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Nice effort by Good, but he wasn't able to get the shot on net. Just getting him trying one.
Yeah, back to McKinnon, you know what?
Yeah.
He's a tough, hard guy, defensive guy.
Yeah.
Played in Oshawa last year. We're sad to see him go, but you know what? He asked a request to play in Peterborough or in Whitby back home. So, you know what? We made that happen for him, and, you know, he looks good out here today.
Yeah, he's been very strong. Outlet pass. Nicely clearing the zone by Leclerc. Highland steps over center and will wait for the O to come. The 3 defenders just getting to the bench now. As we're under 3 to play in this 2-goal game. I'm Stephen Stamp with Joe Hiltz. Fernandez cutting in the middle, finds some space, shoots it off the post. It's poked in, that's no goal. Kevin Biggs initially signaled goal, then brought his arms in and waved it off because it was poked in, not possessed.
And the good thing is, you know what, we had two referees on the same call, making the same call, no goal.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with the rule, you can go into the crease to get the ball, but you have to pick it up. It has to be in the mesh of your stick before it goes in. You can't just poke it. That was a pretty clear call.
Yeah.
And it remains 10-8.
You must have possession.
Yeah. So 2:10 or so to go. Jacobs gets stripped. A stick goes flying. It's got to be a penalty. Now Bragg decides he's going to...
No.
Wait.
The Whitby guy's missing his stick, and
he took
they're going to get a
Bragg's?
penalty.
Yeah. Is that the Priolo Jameson situation we talked about?
I have no idea, but
Bragg didn't
Whitby
have
guy
a
lost
stick.
his stick and is going to the penalty box.
Yeah. Because Jordan Roberts was standing there. He had a stick. Bragg didn't.
Hold.
Play's blown down. Bragg pulls the stick into his hands and has taken it to the bench. So if that wasn't his stick, then he just got a freebie. I don't think he wants to give his stick up, though, when he's got 3 goals.
No, not at all.
Okay, Peterborough to the power play, down by 2. A minute 57 to go. Curtis rips it. That one's off of Martin. Up out of play. It'll be a fresh 30 and possession for the Timbermen. Braden Smith with it. He's got 3 as well. So that's 6 of the Peterborough's 8 goals by those 2. Parker Sands has 1. Riley Curtis looking for 1 there. Little fake pass, gets it back, fresh 30. Going behind the back. Sidearm shot. It's a hard one, but it's stopped from the stick of Colton McNutt. Whitby the other way. $115 on the penalty. 117 now on the game. And Peterborough caught with 6 out on the floor again. And that will say goodbye to their penalty. And Whitby can just run around until the play is blown down. They've got 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
Whitby has 5 guys too. And they got a penalty.
And the goalie didn't come out.
And they got a penalty.
That's a good point. And now Peterborough's arguing, and that should be called as well. Now, this will be a penalty shot if it's just called on Peterborough. But you're right, there should be a penalty on each because Peterborough had 6 players out. Whitby had 5 players. It should have been 5 on 4.
Yeah, they
It was 6 on 5.
definitely missed the one on Whitby. Whitby had 5 guys in the offensive zone.
And they're clearing the floor. They're going to call a penalty shot. And Peterborough's pretty upset. And it doesn't look like the refs are listening to him. I think Steve Borden's saying, wait, they had 5 guys on the floor. And they're shorthanded. No, they're waving him away. Oh, that's missed. So the captain, Liam Osborne, with a chance to extend it on the penalty shot. 1 minute exactly to play. Whitby up 10-8. And the illegal substitution couldn't be served in entirety, so it results in a penalty shot. Here's Osborne. Comes in, fake, fake, fake. Stephen Walsh, big save.
And the good thing about this, Peterborough still goes on the power play.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you're better off having the penalty shot if you make the save.
Yeah.
Against you, right? Because now you stay on the power play instead of it going 4 on 4.
Absolutely.
Whitby will have the ball, though, with a minute to play. A couple of defenders had come out for Whitby thinking there'd be a face-off. But Trent Boyd will start with it.
Whitby definitely got away with one there because they definitely had too many men on the floor. Just
absolutely,
like
no question. That shot, hard one, turned aside. Whitby wanted a call there as one of their players got flattened, but Peterborough's going to get it. And with 48 seconds, they're going to try and use this power play. Caleb Bingley hands it off. Here's Curtis. That's a goal.
They don't have too many.
They don't. Whitby wanted a call, but it was just a lot of players changing.
Yeah, you know what? They only got 5 guys on the floor. There was definitely not too many guys on the floor.
There were about 7 guys actually on the carpet because the players were changing, coming in and out. But it was not. I think that's a good non-call.
Yeah, so do I.
So 38 seconds to play. It's a 1-goal game. It'll be 5-on-5. And Justin Bragg is coming out to take the face-off. And his plan is to scoop to himself, run down, and get a shot.
His plan is to, if not win the ball, fight for the ball.
Yes.
And that's the key because McIntosh, he's been winning most of the draws here.
Yes.
Right? So his job now will just be to.
Oh, McIntosh wasn't ready. Peterborough gets it and calls timeout, and Kevin Biggs just says you should have been ready. That's a pretty good point. I mean, Whitby wants a redraw.
How's it a redraw? He blew the whistle.
Yeah.
Assist by number 44, David Higley.
Okay. So we have about 35 seconds to go. And Peterborough is going to have.
They're not going to convince the timekeepers that it's a bad call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's. Referee Kevin Biggs put the ball down, stepped back, blew the whistle, and the other guy did not move.
Yeah. You can go back and watch that one, too, while we have this timeout. Because Peterborough called timeout as soon as they got the ball.
McIntosh had him on a time count, maybe, and he thought he was going to step back, and then blow, and he stepped back and blew it early.
Maybe.
Before he was standing up.
Yep.
Right? Which, hey.
Can happen.
Good penalty.
Yeah, so Whitby's saying, there's a problem with the draw.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really see it. 5-on-4 for Peterborough.
We don't have a whole lot of time to waste here, so I'm not sure why they're trying to drive the time down.
I don't know. Just go.
You know what I mean?
Just go.
You're 10-9 with down a goal.
Yeah. Who cares if you give up an empty netter? Just go. Oh, I hate this.
And the shot clock's 5 seconds difference.
Yeah. You got 8 seconds left. Now they go. Curtis to Smith. The shot, the save. And with 6 seconds left, the ball's still loose. Whitby grabs it. It's quite a game. It came down to the final seconds, which I would say Peterborough squandered some. But final score, Whitby 10, Peterborough 9. Joe Hiltz, final thoughts.
You know, it was a good game. Both these teams have some young guys on their team, and obviously lost a lot of guys, in the off season. But they put up a good fight. Peterborough never died. Found themselves in penalty trouble, fought out of it.
Yep.
Right. And hey, 10-9.
10-9, that's quite something. Certainly better for Peterborough than their last game. They had their players here. They played very well. They were resilient.
You know what? Another bounce this way or a bounce this way, and the game's maybe goes the other way.
That will do it. 10-9 on New Year's Eve. Arena Lacrosse League action from Millbrook. I'm Stephen Stamp with Joe Hiltz. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends, and we will see you next time.